Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy Beaky, and let's talk tabletop RPG. Roll some dice. No matter if it is plastic dice, metal dice, I have a bunch of D&D accessories. Whether it be town figures that are already pre-painted, monsters, 56 of them, whole entire battlefield map sets that take hours to put together, or maybe I'll do a little bit of custom minis for my players because they want something a little bit more handmade, or little ones like this. I've done it all over these last few years, and I'm here to share it with you. I'm going to be going over these products that I bought over the year, my dice sets, the things from Kickstarter, and much more. Some of the big stuff will be these battle system terrains, so stick around to see these videos over the next few weeks. Links in the description to the different items as I review them and they come out. Thanks for watching. See you soon. For today, we will be going over the Fantasy Citadel. Yes, guys, if you don't know what a Citadel is, it's basically the big old gates that stop the big bad guys from knocking at your door and just entering right in. It's made of stone, wood, and it has different defensive towers. So this one is one of the bigger sets that is coming from Battle System Tabletop Games in Terrain. That's the name of their little company here. They've been very successful on Kickstarter, and now they're starting selling their product directly on their website, and they do ship internationally to different countries. This is going to cost you north of $90 US here on Amazon, or even over 100 depending on their website and shipping and everything else. I already have this made and put together, and I wanted to show you guys the real process of actually storing this thing, bringing it to the game, and setting it back up, because this one is actually my main hub for my new campaign. So let's actually show you guys legitimately in a little cut me taking it out here, putting it back up together, and prepping for the game time. So stick around and just watch. Alright, just switch the camera around real quick to give you guys a better view with better lighting. But here, I basically leave this fully assembled inside my little carrying case that I was able to get from just a department store for about 20 bucks. Take that one out. That's the front gate right there. So just imagine if you had a big old giant, like my custom mini giant that I made here. I had a campaign with most of my friends playing monsters or animal classes, and they were facing against giants. This was like a one-shot we did before we decided to do a big old campaign, and they had to defend their citadel from these giants that were looking for these dragon eggs that were hidden on the grounds. So that's that part. So let's put in a side panel over here. Here's a quick one. Of course, we can make them all tighter together, but we're just gonna put them in real quick just to show you literally how long, depending on how you store them, it's gonna take for you to set this all back up as a DM. And even faster if you have players who's willing to help you. If you're like a DM that likes to hide everything from your players, then you're gonna have to get a sheet or something to put over this. But for me, my players are pretty good at most times to be like, okay, no, like, there's one thing to know what's happening, but it's like, does your character know it? If your character doesn't know it, then there's no problem there. So this is me looking for a little stand. As this one fell over, they have brackets that help hold them up. And without that bracket, it's going to go ahead and tilt over. So this little tiny bracket right here, you might not be able to see me do this exactly, it goes and slides in here. This is not a build video. There's literally hours of tutorial on YouTube of how to put this in, because this does not come with tutorial paperwork in the box. You actually have to go to their website or go over to their YouTube channel to see how they're built. It took many hours for me to learn. I would say altogether, realistically, it's like 8 hours to build this. Now, hear me out, guys. I was doing other stuff during the 8 hours. I was having fun. I was enjoying myself. I was watching the video on and off. It was just a fun time hanging out. And that's basically the main structure. You have the 4 towers right here. You have the little arrow protections in the back. You have your front door that can be open and closed. Obviously, there's walkways in here. Everything could come off. They have stairs in here. You have stairs that you can put on each floor. The floors could come off. It could go all the way down to the very first floor. And if you like say you didn't need like one of the towers and your players wanted to fight one power, you just take away a whole tower. You can put this there and they could make believe. And I'll grab a few minis just for anybody to see. Oh, they're fighting on the first floor. Here's a Dark Souls mini that I have. I can use that as a, here's a little Cancun mini I made myself. Whatever you have, official or not, I'm going to be reading all-time mini. Now they're fighting there. Maybe they're going to be fighting on top of the front of the castle right there. And there's a bunch of different accessories as well. Like you put different lighting around it. And there's a lot more. Now this is where I'm going to bring out some of the accessories like for the jailhouse, and so on and so forth, executioner, and everything generally just snaps right back on. The doors open up, windows open up, whatever you need. So far, after a bunch of different game sessions, I will say these are fairly freaking durable because I, as a DM, go into it, my players will throw attacks at it, and it all goes pretty well. So I have a box here with a bunch of different stands, stalls that come with the set as well. Once again, it's almost a 500-piece set. So just give me a second to take these out. Like I said, this is a real world what you as a DM will have to deal with. So for me, here's a little stand right here, a stall that's going to be a market stall. Boom, there you can have people come in. You can open it up if players need to come inside and play in there. There's a little bench to put food on, but easily enough, I taped it together. Now it folds right back out. Let's talk about the executioner's little stand right here. So here we got a little executioner stand right here. You do the stairway up. You can hang people up here. You have gallows, whatever you need. So you can have that inside your town. If you have some criminals, you might be able to deal with them right there. We have a lot of other little stuff too, like boxes. I have this little, I made this myself, this little thing up here where people get their heads chopped off if they need to have that happen. And there's a bucket up there, executioner, you can put them up there. You can put stairs to different parts of the stuff if you want the stairs going up here. And all this stuff could be inside and out. This is just literally set dressing. Here's another little stand right here, a little food stand. You have buckets that you can put apples in there. You can put a covering on them. There's different type of coverings. There's like just a bunch of different little accessories of how you want to make your thing decorated the way you want. You can use them, you can not use them. In the end, the most important thing to me as a DM is when I take out my big mini and he gets hollowed into here, because this is something that happened in a one-shot. I use this Dark Souls figure just as a fun little thing to my friends, because this was a one-shot, and I had him be launched in here by a giant catapult, threw it in here, damaged the wall. How does my players react to it? Can this cardboard and stuff stand up to the beating? And guess what, guys? Because it's cardboard and it's thick, they use good card stock, it has stand up. And that's what I want. I want something I can easily put together, take apart. As a DM, I want to be able to get rid of the walls and make my players use their imagination. And now they'll be like, okay, we're fighting in the 4 towers and we don't need to have the walls there so they can see better. We're playing on a big table, and that's the real world thing about playing with this. You're not here to have this look perfect at all time. You're going to be having monsters, things happening, things get knocked over, maybe a tower gets knocked over, and this product needs to be able to hold up to that brutality as well. And I think this is perfect. For the $100-something I paid for this, I think it has been worth every penny. My players have loved it, and now it's become a core part of my new campaign, protecting my village as the first line of defense. If you want to throw a bunch of giants at it or whatever it might be, this might be perfect for you. If you want to play more of like a spy game, that's there as well. Like I said, a bunch of different accessories like ladders. You can put different places on different floors. The players could actually move through the different floors. They have stuff like lanterns, fire stuff that you can hang on different parts to make it look perfect. If you're one of those DMs that never let your players touch the minis and move stuff where it is, you can have it look as immaculate as you want, but I see no point of buying something like this without having your players go in there like, okay, I want to move this around. And if something gets knocked over, no problem. Take it apart. Here, that's it. It's just that simple. Put everything back away and you're done. So for me, this is seriously a 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. I could not be more happy with my purchase of this item. This is probably one of the best things I've ever bought related to DnD as a player, as a DM. I wish more DMs played with this stuff, and for the price compared to Dwarven Forge or well, anything else in more expensive tile set, For cardstock, this has been amazing, and I can't wait to show you guys some of the other sets that I have available. So once again, if you guys haven't seen it, this was the Battle Systems Tabletop Game and Terrain Fantasy Citadel. All right, guys, that's the set. It's a 497 set piece. As a DM, I love it. It's durable. I'll be reviewing stuff like Dungeon Craft, what I've done before. This was a Kickstarter item as well. A lot more basic. This one where if you want to save a bunch of money for 20 or 30 bucks, depending on which set you get, you basically get cutout tiles where you can cut them out and have like terrains, trees, and stuff like that. If you don't want something 3D and you just want to use a flat map, this works great for that. I'll be reviewing that and other dungeon battle sets as well. So have fun DMing, launch big giant monsters at your players. It's fun. Thanks for watching. Like the video if you like it. Dislike it if you dislike it. Please go ahead and ring the notification bell for more. Link in the description for everything.